So just mere seconds ago, we were talking about you're from the Bay Area, but you were in LA yesterday, and you said you were almost killed. Is that the words that you used?
I don't think I said I was it almost killed me.
It almost killed me.
Yeah.
Even better. So now I'm curious what the it is, and we decided to save the story for the folks at home. So how
Let's
did
tell
it
that
almost
story.
kill you, literally and figuratively? You said.
Sure. I mean, in any conversation about storytelling, I think I would even lead in and open up with, this just happened. This is something that has happened. So what we are having right now is in a sense of workshopping of how do we take things that have happened in our lives, make stories out of them, right? How do we process things through the lens of story? And so this is something
Absolutely.
that literally just happened to me yesterday that I'm sort of processing. And part of it is a confession, an embarrassing confession, I would even say. But I've been traveling a lot. I've been doing this just in the last month. I think last 5 weeks, I calculated 31 days of travel. I've been on the road, different cities, crisscrossing the country, doing stuff in Michigan and Virginia Beach and New York and Houston and Orlando and LA, San Francisco a couple times. And I realized it occurred to me, I'm super I'm super close to gold status on a specific airline, and I'm not one of those like points guys who like counts up and calculates, but it's the end of the year and I figured if with just like one more trip, like all I needed was one more trip to LA or somewhere, I needed the miles and the legs, whatever it is. And so I had it all figured out. Coincidentally, somebody that I'm working with, a client of mine, is in LA and they invited me to their holiday party tomorrow or last night, right? And I said tomorrow because it was like the day before. They were like, oh, by the way, our holiday party is Thursday night in LA. And I'm like, that's going to be the thing. That's going to be the trip that I take. So I go online and sure enough, I get a ticket. And because I need the extra leg and I live in San Francisco, instead of flying direct, I fly through Las Vegas, right? So I go to Las Vegas and then I go to LA. And the party though isn't until 7:30 at night. And I'm on a 7 a.m. flight to Las Vegas. And just, I'm looking at what's the cheapest, easiest way. And so it's like the off hour flight rather than paying like double the fare. And I have a credit card that got me access to one of the lounges in the
Mm-hmm.
airport in LAX. So I'm like, I'm just going to work here. I'm just going to basically spend the day at LAX. Like I could have gone out and done things, but I also had stuff to do. So it's noon. I'm in LAX, in the international airport, and where this lounge is pretty far from where the United Terminal is. I have to walk like 25 minutes. There's a shuttle bus to get across the tarmac. It's this whole adventure just to get there because it's a massive city of an airport.
Mm-hmm.
And I finally get there, but I'm set up. I mean, there's free food, there's a bar, there's a little workstation, there's a chill out room where people are just like kind of chilling in the dark. It's like incredible experience. And I'm on Zoom calls and I'm getting proposals written. Like I'm just like having a day and I haven't even left the airport. And truly, I could have just stayed there, gotten on my next flight, gotten home and accomplished my goal. But I'm like, I guess technically part of the reason I'm here is this party. So I'm going to go to this party. And if you spend any time in LA, you know that also just getting across LA, I mean, 25 minutes to get across LAX is
Right.
nothing compared to
Right.
LA traffic. So I look up, how much is an Uber from LAX to West Hollywood, and it's 14 miles away. $100 is how much this Uber is going to cost. I'm like, what the heck? Like, I'm not going to spend, $200 to go to a party. And so I rent a car, right? I'm only there for the day. So it's now like 3 p.m. I'm like, I'll rent a car from Hertz for $30. Then I'll drive my car to the party, go to the party, and come back to make my 10:40 p.m. flight. So everything's working out. I'm being very efficient and economical. And sure enough, time comes. It's about 5 o'clock. Make my way to the shuttle bus. On the shuttle bus, I have this incredible interaction with an Italian family having a huge argument in Italian, right?
Yes.
And the mom is screaming at the dad and the dad's screaming at the mom and the two teenage boys are caught in the middle because, they only reserved one hotel room and there's going to be 5 of them because they're picking
Oof.
their son up in college. And you might wonder, well, how do I know what's going on? I studied Italian in college and I lived in Florence. So like I basically inserted myself into the conversation where I took a side and I told the wife, I go, io ti credo, I believe you, and like now I'm getting involved in the thing, but they're also laughing because I'm having a whole conversation with this family about their situation. And I think they're a little shocked that like they've
Yeah,
had this
totally.
public conversation in a foreign language, realizing that, oh, somebody was listening to the entire thing. Nevertheless, we get there. I get my car. I drive to West Hollywood. I get to the party. It's a lovely event. There's food and there's smash burgers and they give me a gift and it's all great, except I look at my watch. It's like 8:15, 8:30. I'm like, I got to go. And they're like, you're leaving already? I'm like, well, I've got a 10:40 flight, so I got to get out of here. So I, basically spend an hour, an hour at this party. I'm driving back across the city. And of course, it's LA. So there's traffic. And I finally get to Hertz. And now I have to get the shuttle bus from Hertz half a mile to go to the airport, and it is bumper to bumper traffic. And I'm now looking at my watch. I'm like, I might miss this flight. Like I was in the airport all day and I might literally miss this flight. And when I finally get to the airport, we get to like Terminal 1 and United is in Terminal 7. And so I'm now sprinting. Like I get off the bus 6 terminals early because I figure I'm going to make it before that. Here's where the almost killed me part comes in. I am almost the exact age that my father was when he had his first heart attack.
Buddy.
Now, my father is 85 and has actually yesterday literally had his pacemaker battery replaced, had a surgical procedure. But this is going through my head as I am sprinting across LAX, trying to just get through security, get to the gate that I arrive at as they are like the moment where they are closing the door, but I get in. And I'm sitting in my seat and I'm wondering like, what if I die right here, this moment? This is the thing that killed me. As they are in the electronic land, triggering gold status. You made it, buddy. You made gold status, and that is the moment I die. But I'm happy to report that's not what happened. You are now talking to a certified gold status for 2026 member, and it was foolish. It was a foolish thing to have done, but I'm happy to have done it.
Was it worth it?
It was 100% worth it. But
for the story.
Stress is for the story.
This actually, as soon as you started talking, I wanted to interrupt so badly, and for once I didn't.
Okay.
But my first question I was going to ask is like, is there a lesson here about intention with our actions? Because like immediately I was like, the reason you got in this trouble is because you went for the wrong reasons, right? It was a self-serving thing. Yes, the party was there, but it's because you wanted the gold status, right? Otherwise you might have politely RSVP'd no to the party. So it's such
I would never have gone to the party.
Right. So it's such a perfect example.
I was like, are you going to pay for me to come to the party? They're like, no, we're not going to pay for you to come to a party.
Like what? Why would we? Oh my goodness.
So vanity and some level of greed, I don't know what you want to call it, but we make decisions in our lives. We value certain things, and sometimes they're for good reasons. And I would call this not one of those reasons. So I've learned valuable things, and I'm happy to have made it home.
However, despite what I just said, it is often only the bold visionaries willing to throw themselves on the line along with their pride and ego that achieve such successes in life. So, there's two sides to that coin, my friend.
That is true. And I would never encourage people to do something just for the story of it. But when you're in the world that you and I are in,
I feel like I've done
there are moments where you're sprinting across LAX, and I've got a bad ankle. I had an ankle surgery years ago. So I'm going to be in pain. Maybe I'll add that to the story. I don't know that I'm necessarily concocting the story as I'm going, but there are parts of your life that when you start to look at things through the lens of story, you start to have a different kind of appreciation of just, This is happening, and is it good? Is it bad? Might it make a good story? Might I learn something from this? Is, I think, a really healthy way to look at situations.
My name is Rain Bennett. Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed that episode, do us a favor and subscribe to the podcast. If you're already a subscriber and you're enjoying the show, give us a review and let us know the value that you've gotten from it. We love to hear from our listeners and learn about the benefits that they're getting from the show. That's what fuels us, and that's what fuels the show. And if you've already subscribed and you've already reviewed it and you think there's someone else that would benefit from listening to this show, please share it with them. The more we grow, the more we can help you grow, and that's what we're here to do. Join us next time on the Storytelling Lab.